Hey guys, what's going on? Ordinary here, bringing you episode 38 as the GM of the Phoenix Coyotes. Last time we got eliminated in round 2 of the playoffs, game 6 against the Vancouver Canucks. Jeffrey Zanin, as you can see there, in opponent leaders. We traded him at the beginning of the season to the Canucks, and he ended up with 17 points so far through 12 playoff games for the Canucks. So he's crushing it. But that's all in the past now, I guess. It looks like our AHL team is still alive and kicking, although they are down 2-0 in their series. But this episode's all about the draft, maybe some re-sign stuff. We'll see. But we do maybe have to make a shake-up here. Our team was a dynasty for the last 3 regular seasons. We've crushed it. 4 years ago we won the Cup. 3 years ago we won the Cup. Or I guess 3 and 2, and then last year and this year, depending on how you want to see it. But out of the last 4 seasons, we won the Cup twice. We won the President's Trophy 3 times. But after 2 failed playoff runs in the last 2 years, getting kicked out in the second round, not even the third or fourth, it may be time for a shake-up here in Phoenix. Tonight, Vancouver and Chicago face off in Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals. So it looks like Chicago... Have I not? We haven't been asked to scout since Vietnam, so I'm thinking... I just forgot to do it once. So, we just drafted German Chara, Tobias Kink, so we don't need a big defenseman. We'll look at forwards. I wouldn't mind trading for a really good goalie prospect, one of the players that haven't been performing for us, and shipping them out. Top 5 forward in the dub, with a lot of first rounds, as is tradition. In the OHL, it's looking like they got 1 top 10, and then nothing else. In the Q, nothing whatsoever. United States, no. Top 10, Finn. We'll scout the Elite League just because there's actually a couple prospects and it's not the WHL. I want to know what's the Eastern Conference series. And it's Vancouver versus Buffalo in the Stanley Cup Finals. Cody Hodgson and Zach Kassian battling it out. I don't think I saw Kassian on their lineup, though, so it's probably not there anymore. It is 7 years in, so who knows? Kind of crazy trades they've been making there in Vancouver. Come on. Maybe I should be simming more than 2 days at a time. It's kind of my fault. But there is a big pause here, so that probably means the Stanley Cup's over. I wouldn't mind losing to the team that won, so if Vancouver won it, that would be kind of cool. Zanin gets a cup, I'd be happy with that. There you go, Jeffrey Zanin. That could be a Conn Smythe for Zanin, but it's probably going to go to their goalie because that's how this game works. But now that the season is over, what we can do is check out the awards. Little wrap up here. So Canucks, Wild, Coyotes. The Western Conference has been dominating the NHL for the last however many years. President's Trophy, of course, that's the Coyotes for 3 years in a row. But you know what? Those last 2 did not translate into anything. Buffalo Sabres lost in the finals. McKinley with the Art Ross. We knew that going in. He won the Hart, though, so that's good. Attaboy McKinley. James Norris goes to Tyler Myers, the Buffalo Sabres. 2 in 3 years for him. Lady Bing. Sure, Khudobin can have it. I mean, you can't really give that in a video game. Bjorkstrand. So it looks like that was actually his first season in Vancouver. Good for him. Conn Smythe. Jeffrey Zanin is what I like to see. Not giving it to a goalie for the first time in 4 years. That's really cool. Good for him, man. Good for him. Vesna's going to go to Enroth. Jennings is going to go to Enroth and Noonan. I can't really do that one. Selke goes to Taves. Looks like it's the Jonathan show with the fucking Selke. Taves 3 and 4 years. Ted Lindsay, McKinley gets that as well. So it looks like Maurice Richard. Can't skip that. We knew that Dauphin was winning that, but it's still cool. So cool. Looks like the league is high on McKinley. Most points, and the media and the NHLPA are going to give him the most valuable player. So that's good for him. I wonder how many points what's his dick Zanin ended up with in the playoffs. I just want to see. Might trade back for him. Fuck. 28 points in 24 games, Jeffrey Zanin. And they're not going to give it to Makarov. Even though he had a 211 goals against average and a 93 save percentage, which is really good as well. So it's probably between the two of those guys for the Conn Smythe. But enough of that. Let's get out of all these screens and hit up the draft. Of course, we're going to take a look at the prospect game player stats and see. Oh, look at that. Maybe I should turn off my phone. Some professional, am I right? Take a look at if anyone's got a crazy high overall and draft them. Otherwise, do what we got to do. Today's a prospect game. I would not like to play that, no. Blake, Walton, McBain, McMorrow, and Montgomery. Lots of defensemen there, which I don't really want to draft. So Walton is on the list for our Pro Scout. Retirees for the season are: Anaheim lost Corey Perry. Buffalo lost Thomas Vanek and Ville Leno, who neither of those players are actually on their team. Semin is gone from Carolina, as is Yoni Pikkinen, and is that Zebnik McCulloch? Yeah. Ryan Close, so they lost a lot of big group of core guys there. Columbus also lost 4 guys: Carcillo, Wisniewski, Horton, Gabrick. Calgary only lost 2: Giordano and Hoodler. Duncan Keith is gone. Clark MacArthur's gone. Colorado didn't lose anyone that important. Steve Downey, if you want to call him important, he's gone from Dallas. Girardi and Green on Detroit are gone. Hemschke, he's finally gone. Let's get down to Phoenix and see if we lost anyone. We did not. That's the benefit for keeping your team young. What is this? We do not need to do any of that. Okay, trading, continue. Trading, continue. Hey. Okay, so what do we got going here? GM options, that's where it is. Scouting, prospect game, player stats. McMorrow, Bootland. Ooh, the enforcer. 65 is not bad. It's definitely not noteworthy, though. 74. Jonathan Hofel, the two-way forward. That's it on the red team. Over on white. 80 overall, Jacob McBain. That's a decent pick. But we don't really need a defenseman. He was one of the guys that our Pro Scout pointed out. Same with this guy. So it looks like other than McBain, there's no skaters that are, at least in the Canadian leagues, worthy of moving up for. And he's slated to go third. Thomas Vikingstad, the right wing from Sweden, didn't get to participate in the prospect game, so that could be a really good player that we just don't know is good. Same thing goes for Callio. But you never know. You never know. And there's only, There's 3 goalies in the top 10, is that true? Goalies, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Bizhnevsky, the Belarusian goalie. Blue N, he's Canadian. And Kai Joma is Finnish. Bizhnevsky, ooh, 4th overall. We might be able to move up for him, but I'm a little more confident trading for some goalie that we already know is going to be good after the draft. So, just a little refresher, what we got going on for trading assets is, I'll go to contracts, I'll show you guys. Toskala, the trading asset. He's on a $6.2 million contract. Not just this year, but the next one. So we can trade him. McKinley, we're definitely keeping. Grummett Morris, we're keeping, even though he had a kind of a shitty postseason. He's only 22, so we're going to keep him. Skinner, he's an asset. $6.5 million for the foreseeable future. We might not want to have any salary tied up in him, especially because he's shit in the bed last postseason and last season. Galchenyuk, probably really want to get rid of him. If we look at his stats here, it's like high 50s every year. Yeah, and in the postseason, it's just dirt. Never point per game. 2 seasons where it was decent, but definitely maybe not worth holding on to. Definitely maybe. Yeah, good one. So there's him I'm willing to get rid of. So Galchenyuk, Toskala, Skinner, these 3 right here. And then if someone else has to go, they got to go. But we can't get rid of Summers. Who else can we get rid of? Can't trade Summers, Thrower, Reinhardt, Samuelson, Ernie, Wheeler, those guys, because they only have 1 year left. So we will head into the draft here. The number 2 pick was that Swedish winger. So if we want to move up, I would move up to 2. We are at 28 right now, so that draft trade, the pick didn't work out for us because we did get eliminated early. Or did it work out for us? I don't know. I don't think it did. If I go, I can't go to round 2. Proposed trade. Chicago, yeah. So it didn't work out for us. We have Chicago's pick. We have... Let me put those other assets in that I said I wouldn't be opposed to trading. They all have a lot of trade value. So we can get anything we want. We can really get a new look here by trading away our second line. Our second line is a first line too, right? Galchenyuk is listed as second line forward, but... And look at, there's teams that are going to want these players. Who's got that first or second pick? And what's it going to take to get that? 4th. 2nd is Philly. They don't want to give it up. We're better off making that trade after the draft, I think. We will still be able to trade all these guys after the draft. They're still going to be on these same contracts. I don't think we have much to re-sign that's going to ruin our cap space. So, you know what? We're just going to draft normally. Actually, no, I don't want to leave. I want to see who's got that first Edmonton, and I do want to trade it. So it would be one of our trading assets and the first. Actually, we could probably keep the first. Who's got the least? It's freaking tit for tat there. It's even the whole way through. If it was going to be someone, I'd probably trade away Skinner just so we do have that extra salary. Okay, let's do that. Let's do Skinner for the first. It's not going to work. Is it salary? It is. Alright, Skinner. You can stay. You're lucky, buddy. Galchenyuk. Time for you to go then. Still too much, eh? Okay, I'll hold $100,000 in cap. Especially because what's his... It's only for 2 more years, isn't it? Oh, 3 years. Okay, whatever. Why is it not approved anymore? I thought it was just approved. What happened here? Maybe it's not salary, it's just players. Okay, so we'll put what's his knob back on there, Skinner, and take a player. No one given away, hey? Well, who do you have with no trade value? J Little, how's that? Still not good enough, eh? I don't want to press Y because it's going to waste one of our phones. It's not like we don't have many phones, but no point in wasting one. Who's gotten... Did that go through? So maybe it is salary. got to be salary, right? Okay. Go like this. Who do you have with the salary that I can take back then? Especially if there's 1 year left on one of these guys, like Anderson. Oh yeah, that'll go through. Okay, we'll do this trade. Okay, just kidding. Edmonton, you crafty bastards. You make it so we can't trade with you. Pieces of shit. Okay, we'll go that. Don't want to give anything away. I don't want to add anything to the trade from our end. Alright, I'll try this. Will this go through? Just a bit low. Okay, I'll give him like a fucking third or something that's not going to turn into anything. I'm okay with that. So it's Skinner. It's a third. Or a fifth. We'll give him a third next year. I'm going to trade away these next year picks all the time because they are useless in this game. Edmonton, you give us the first, and Tubert. Tubert, where are you? Just kidding. How long is his contract? Just 1 more year. Okay, that's good. This will go through then. Right? Right? Okay, good. Alright, so we got the first overall pick in the draft, which is not hard to do in this game. And we will skip over Bootland, the offensive defenseman, and we'll go for the right winger from Sweden, Thomas Vikingstad, with a sick name. Jamie McBain, we know, is an 80 overall defenseman right now, but sometimes you got to play risky and take the guy you don't know much about. We have scouted him 3 times. It looks like he is a fast skater with a decent shot. He is a two-way forward, so there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to take him. And in the 28th spot, we'll just take who's ever available. I mean, ooh, a grinder. You don't see grinders in the draft ever, hey? We'll take the grinder, the Lithuanian grinder. Sick. And auto-draft the rest. Not important. we got to get to this re-sign stage. And maybe the beginning day of free agency, make some more of those trades if we want. Some more of those trades. Go to contract screen and know how it works. All right. Viking stat, 3.5 green stars, so maybe not worth Jeff Skinner, but that's what you get when you make the risk. Still could turn out decent. 59 overall only right now, though. Wheeler, we'll give him a new contract as well. What do we got for cap space? Just under 20 million. And I think Reinhardt's the only player, we really got to get back. And he wants $7 million. Can I take that down, or is it... No. I'll go 3 years, though. 3 years at 6.25 should go through. Summers. Yeah, we'll bring Summers back. There's no point in not bringing him back. Especially if he doesn't want much. He kind of wants a decent contract. Do you think he'll take 3.75? We'll try it. And then in goal, I didn't check if we need to re-sign any of these guys. Looks like Byzantine had a drop, so even better time now to make a goalie trade. He's not turning out for us how we probably would have wanted. We got Samuelson, which I'm okay with not re-signing. He shit the bed for us. Ernie, might as well give him 1 more year here, see if he gets any better. Tubert, just took him in that trade. We don't actually want him. Thrower, don't really need him either. Wheeler, we already gave him a contract. So I'll skip the day. I'll see what we got left for cap for these goalies, because they will be good trading chips too, even if they're not the best. We got them all. All those contracts went through. We still got $10 million for these 2 goalies, and playing around in free agency as well. 3 if we want to keep Johan. I say we let Whitney walk. Subban, you can be a good backup for us, especially because you don't want much money. He doesn't want much money, so maybe we can sign all three of these guys. Winehandle's an RFA, so he probably doesn't want more than even $1 mil. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then hopefully Whitney doesn't want too big of a contract. He's a backup as well. Yeah, okay, we can get all these guys. I'm good with this. Give him and Subban the same contract. That's okay by me. And we'll still have like $6 mil to play with. Maybe even more. $8 mil to play with. Look at that. And no one left to re-sign. Gonna let Samuelson walk. Tubert and Thrower, they can walk. Just signed Vikingstad. Who was the Belarusian player I picked up right here? Andre Lizen, the grinder. I might as well sign him to an entry level as well. Alright, that's done. Let's move up to day 1 of free agency so we can use our trading block and see, not just see who's available, but see what players we can trade for. What do we got? What do we got? In free agency, there is nobody. Teddy Purcell is the highest overall free agent this year at 83 overall. It's pretty bad. Frankie Corrado on D. Dave Boland in the middle. But, yeah, there's nothing for us here. Prospect-wise, nothing for us. 3.5-star players all around. Luckily, we didn't have to... we're not banking on pulling anything out of free agency because there is slim pickings. Tuukka Smura is a 26-year-old goalie at 77 overall, so that's really the only free agent I'm liking. And I'll pick him up just for 1 year too. Just give him that. Otherwise, we're just going to use the trading block and see what we need first, or where we're going to be after making these trades. So Dauphin, Grummett Morris, and McKinley is going to be our first line. We got Galchenyuk and Toskala as trade bait. So then it's Faxas centering that second line. Sissons will be on the right wing of that second line. So we need a second line left winger. I wouldn't mind an upgrade over Sissons. Sissons could be a third liner too for us. So either or. And then we're looking. We got plenty of depth, eh? Yeah. Plenty of depth. On the point, I don't think we really touched anything, so that's perfect. Kink up to 81. So we actually have a trading asset in Murphy or Summers because Kink will be ready to take to the ice this year. And then in goal, we definitely need an upgrade over Byzantine. So we could use Byzantine as one of the goalies in a trade to upgrade over him, right? So trade negotiations. Trading block. We want to see what kind of stud goalies are out there. It doesn't need to say starter. It just needs to say... I'd rather an elite goalie anyways. Vogt, Leonard, Colomb, Price, Makarov, and Siemens. So who's still getting better out of these players? Just Vogt probably, eh? Oh, and Colomb. I remember these. Yeah, this is nothing new to me. Calgary and New York Rangers. We tried to pull this Calgary goalie at the deadline, and we couldn't make it go through. Now at the beginning of the season. Ooh, Vogt. See, the thing is... This guy's going to want a huge contract next year. Right now, he's got no contract. This guy's got 2 years left at 8.5, which is understandable, and it's an okay contract. Leonard, what are you? 88, 29 years old. Colomb, 8.5 million, though. I wonder which team has other assets. So New York and Calgary are the two teams I'm looking at right now. Forward, any forward. Oh, I don't want to do that because it'll fuck it up. But we do want this forward, whoever it is, to be able to play second line time. So who do we have? Second line at 85 to be second liner. Who does New York and Calgary have? Calgary's got Berchi and Backlund. We don't want Backlund because he's a centerman. Berchi's got too much value. New York Rangers have Brassard and Stepan, both centermen. So nothing there for us to look towards in any sense. Looks like we'll have to pull one from a different team. So who do we have for wingers? Drouin. I don't want to pick up Drouin because that's kind of cheesy. Shinkaruk, don't really want to pick up. McKinley we have. Toskala we have. Grandma Morris we have. And then we're down into players that aren't potentially anymore. Grandma Morris, Toskala, McKinley. We have 3 of the 5 prospect wingers, and the other one is Shinkaruk, who isn't that good, and Drouin, who's too good for me to want to pick up. So maybe we go to someone who's a little bit older, like an 86 overall type player, who's like not too old, but like 26, 27, or 27, 28. Filatov, he's got a decent contract. Palat, decent contract. Yakupov. Stepan, he's a centerman. But if we need to, we could go him, and we could put the Focht goalie in that trade. Yakupov, 1 year left. I don't really want to pick up Yakupov. I'd rather pick up either a playmaker or a sniper. So what's Palat? Playmaker. 30 years old, though. Filatov, 31 years old. What do we got for age? I'm looking more towards Yakupov. I already said I didn't really want. Peter Trainer, two-way forward. I could get like a two-way forward second line going. He's got good defense. Yeah, he's decent. We'll see what else is out there, though. Then we're kind of lower into where I don't really want to be looking. Taylor Hall. Loktionov. Filatov still. What's Palat? Playmaker? At 30, I mean, that's not too old. I'm kind of leaning towards Palat. He doesn't have much trade value. We'll see what else the Tampa Bay Lightning have. How much value does Byzantine have? Because that could just be a one-for-one trade right there. Not quite enough, eh? So what else do they have? All skaters. Any prospects for us? Popst. That was the defenseman that was looking really good. I like Popst a lot, actually. I might want to pick up Popst like this and then put in one of our big trading chips. Who do they want? Because it's going to really help if they want the player. Galchenyuk. They don't want our Finnish left winger. They do want Galchenyuk. Galchenyuk's not even going to be enough to grab Popst, is he? No. Byzantine's not going to be enough to grab Palat. But this will really make our... Oh, but then we can trade one of our defensemen because we're getting one back. I forgot how much I like Popst. What's he right now? Is he just 80? 85 overall, so he's already a top 4 for us. So we can trade any of our top 4 D. So whoever's got some value to him. Gormley would be the odd man out here, but he has been such a staple for us that I feel sad to trade him. Reinhardt or Morgan Riley could go. It doesn't make sense to overextend because I like Gormley. But if you look at his stats, like he's one of the better ones for us year after year. So he was 36 points last year. What was Reinhardt? 29. What was Riley? 53. So Riley had a good season. It looks like it might actually be Reinhardt who we trade. Ekman Larson. He doesn't have enough value to add to this trade, but he had a pretty crappy season. I'm going to go ahead and put Reinhardt in. We might have to hold some salary or get something back here, but this is not bad. It could be Popes. I could take Byzantine right out of this trade actually probably now, and hold him for something else. Jesus, I'm so far away. There we go. So this trade will go through legally. It might not like successfully go through, but it should. I'm gonna try to actually pull like a pick from them or something. All right, let's see if this goes through. Nope. What if I take off the first? No. Okay. So if I add the first and add Byzantine, then it should go through. Or no, because I have to pull salary back if I do that, eh? I'm surprised this trade's not going through. Byzantine, put him in. I have to pull salary back. Do you have any players giving away? They do, but none of them have salary. Alright, all skaters, salary. How far are these guys down in the hole right now? 3 million. Yeah, they're not going to have a low value 3 million player, are they? Salary. 3 million. Gudis is 5 million. Darren Helm is 3.2. What are they off? 3.1. I could add Helm. That'll make the trade go through. But I don't think it's going to work. What's Darren Helm's overall right now? 82. The thing is, we have no place for him on the team. If we're going to get a player back that has some value, we might as well use him. It's got to be him though. And Ferraro 82 also. Kukuk is too much value. Gudis as a defenseman we could use, but he's just got so much salary that I'm not even interested. It's too much. We're giving too much there. Will this go through? I don't think it will, but we'll give it a go. No. They say we're woefully insufficient at this point. We already don't have a first this year, so making this trade would help us in that regard. We still need to hold on to Toskala in order to make and one of our defensemen in order to make a trade for a goalie. They just really don't want to give up Popes, and you can't blame him. This guy's a stud. Offensive defenseman, 85 overall. Only had 26 points last year, but it was oh, he had no points, and that's weird. Oh, he probably just wasn't dressed. That's what it was. In the playoffs, only 3 points. Popst. I want Popst. He's a good player. Take off this first. See if this goes through. Nope. Draisaitl still has 2 years to get better on that left wing, so I kind of want to hold on to him. Murphy's expendable for us. We can add him to this trade. Now the trade probably won't. Oh, he's got a big contract, that's why. I'm going to take Byzantine off, because they don't want him, so it's not helping the trade that much. Helm can come off. What's the salaries at right now? I can add 1.2. What do I have for firsts in the future? I might just have to add a first here. There we go. I had to add a first in the future. But we still have some trading chips now to work with making that goaltender trade. Why am I here? I'm all lost. I'm lost. Here we go. Okay. Forwards. I think we still need one more teams. Let's see what we're at for our top 6 right here. Down to Phoenix. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says we have 6, but we want Toskala to be out. So we will need one more. We got Palat and Fax on the second line. Dauphin, Garment Morris, McKinley on the first line. Toskala's got to go for a goalie and a winger, right? Yeah, a goalie and a winger we need back for Toskala, and whatever else we can add. Okay. So we need a winger. Top 6 winger. It can be... Oh, I didn't mean to sort by name. Sort by value. Zach Boychuk wouldn't be bad. Hunter Shinkruk. I mean, he's got low value. But I want it... It kind of has to be one of the players on Calgary or New York Rangers. I say we go to Calgary because that goalie's got a contract. So it's not going to be hard to restructure the next year. And also, it's a little bit less hard to make go through. They don't want to give him up, but you can't blame them. They don't want Toskala. I wonder if the Rangers want him, because that would actually make the trade easier. They do. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we're going to go for the... We just got to make sure we save about $9 million in cap space for this goalie's contract. He's got a big... They want Byzantine too, so they want our players. It's not like this trade might go through just like this, actually. Probably not, though. Defensemen. We have Riley, Gormley, Popst, Ekman Larson, Summers, Murphy, Kink. So we do have one of these guys to give up. I'm sure Kink, with his 4.5 stars, will jump into the top 4. So it'll be probably Popst and Kink there on the 3-4 slot. Popst might actually jump up and kick Gormley down, but who knows? So it's Ekman Larson or Summers. Probably Summers can go. I wonder if this will go through just like this, actually. But I need to pull a winger back, right? So we'll see what I can get. Forwards. Who do they have that has not much trade value but still decent? Carl Hagelin. Second liner, winger. Yeah, it could be Hagelin. What's his discipline and everything? Good. He's got good skating, good shot. Yeah, I like Hagelin. Playmaker, like I said I wanted. So I wouldn't be opposed to pulling Hagelin in here. He does have some trade value to him, though, so this trade might not go through. We'll give it a go. Too far off on the value, so Hagelin's probably too hard to get. What about Chris Kreider? Power forward. A little bit less disciplined. A little bit worse shot. Is he still set at a second liner, though? Third, no, so we don't really want him. First or second is kind of what we're looking at. And it's just these top 4 guys. Hagelin's the only winger of the chunk there. So we might just have to overextend. Give up a prospect or something. We could give up another one of the goalies that we have that I had as a trading asset. Whitney or Subban. I'll give up Whitney. Now we'll see if it'll go through. No. So we still have to add something. Skaters matching block. Let's start like this. Tobias Kink, we obviously want to hold on to. They don't want any of our prospects. They only want our roster players. And they don't want anyone that shitty either. Murphy could go, but I don't think that's enough trade value to move up, to make it go through. I'll give it a go. I'll put Murphy in. If it goes, it goes. If not, it doesn't. It doesn't go. So we gotta. These are our trading assets, right? I'm gonna go quickly over to Calgary and see if they want any of what we are offering. They want everyone but Tosco, which is the big one, though. Take a look at their goalie, Colomb, and who we can get as a winger. It's just Backlund's there. Oh, I'm in centers. Shit. It's Berchi and Backlund are their only real forwards. That gives me one last thing I want to check with the Rangers. Forwards. Do they have any potential players that could jump in to the second line type player? Duclair, he's got 2 years left at 4 stars. He could do it. I guess we just gonna have to take the risk here. and move up one of our players if he doesn't get a good enough jump. So this is the trade. Now it looks like this could go through without Hagelin on there. See if this goes through. If not, we'll add Murphy, but then it should. Alright, Murphy, where are you? We'll be over the cap at the end of next season if they take this trade. Alright. So, they're 1.5, but they would like this trade, I think. Do they have anyone with no trade value and a salary? Booth and Reed. I'll take Booth on just to make this trade go through. Why not? They want to get rid of him. Alright, David Booth, welcome to Phoenix. This trade should go through. Jesus Christ, they really don't want to get rid of this stud goalie. But I want to get him. I want him. I'm looking at giving up more firsts, eh? Jesus. You know what? After we make these trades, though, we won't even need firsts. We won't need to draft. Well, our team's going to be so fucking stuck, or fucking stacked, it doesn't matter. There we go. So we had to get rid of a couple of firsts, boys, but we managed to do it. Sorry, this episode ran a little bit long. But we're the new look Phoenix Coyotes heading into year 8, and that's something neat. So, next episode, if you guys saw any of the free agents that you liked, you can see the top 5 there. There's really nothing going on. If you see any that you like, let me know, and I can pick them up. Otherwise, we'll get right into the early simulation of next season. Thanks for watching so much, boys. Make sure you press like on the video. Helps me out with some exposure, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.